Hello everyone. I welcome you all to the ByteCon webinar series. Today we have with us Tamagna Basu, and he is going to deliver his talk on how I clone myself using AI. 5 years later, from research to $25 million highs. So quite an interesting topic. Just to quickly introduce Basu, Tamagna Basu is the founder and CEO of Data Secure, specializing in AI, Web3, and application security. With over more than 20 years of experience across organizations like PwC, PayPal, and Walmart Labs, he has trained more than 1,000 plus security professionals globally. He holds various certifications, including OSCP, CEH, ECSA, and others. And he is a mentor at Stanford University's cybersecurity program and has helped build 25,000 plus member cybersecurity communities spanning 7 countries. So quite an interesting profile and quite an interesting topic. So without any delay, I would like to hand over the stage to Basu. Basu, stage is yours. I'll just quickly stop sharing my screen so you can.
Thank you so much. So how do I do it? I'll just share my screen and I'll start.
Yes.
And how much time is going to be? Half an hour, you said, right?
Yeah, half an hour, and we'll have reserved 5 to 10 minutes for question answer.
Okay, great. Okay, let me share my screen. 1 second. Oh, wait, it was slideshow. Let me know once you're able to see my screen. It's coming. No. Let me 1 second. I'm just sharing again. So while I'm sharing this, I'm kind of figuring out how to share. I just wanted to quickly. Okay, I need some help if you know. I wanted to share an app. It's showing me the browser screens, but it's not showing me the application window because in the Zoom. Okay, now it came. Sorry, my bad. I think a little lag was happening. Are you able to see my screen? Is my screen visible?
Yeah, now we can see it. Thanks.
Oh, okay. So, excuse me. So this is basically a talk I've given, as I said, 2020 in Black Hat, USA, uh, which was way before this LLM and all this came into the picture. And the idea was, it came from this idea of this series called Black Mirror, which was very popular in Netflix those days. And they have this episode called Be Right Back, which was a story about this girl. She lost her friend, and essentially, there was a company who contacted her that if you have historical data of that person, the voice, the text, and stuff like that, we can recreate the person. And they recreated the person and sent like a physical as a like a robot which acts like him, talks like him, and all these things. So there's like very, and during this was basically during the COVID time when everybody was figuring out what to do, sitting at home, not much to do, like a lot of time figuring it out, what is the purpose of our life and all this. So I thought let's pick this up as a passion project and let's see can I build something around that. And as I said, just a disclaimer, this was way before the LLMs came into the picture and all this thing. So what I did is I went ahead and created first a chatbot, which was trained with a lot of my data in terms of, so what I did, I exported a lot of my historical data from WhatsApp, from Google Chat, and all these things that how I talk to people and what kind of, language I use and stuff like that. And with that, I created my own transformer model, which is a foundation of any LLM model. If you talk about if you're familiar with LLMs, so you create like a transformers are like where it started actually. So we created our own kind of very not even small, I'll say super extra small language model, which is trained with my data, and ideally it's supposed to be able to chat with the data, historical information about me, also about probably the pattern of how I talk. Maybe I'm a person who is funny. I crack joke at times. It can crack jokes and all these things. So like that, I've created a bot. I'm just giving you like a background of the transition, how it happened and what it happened. And with this bot, first I launched it as a Telegram bot, connected with WhatsApp, launched it with a WhatsApp bot. And then I take it one step further and say, can I create something like a physical experiential demo? So fast forward towards the end, I was able to create a bot like this. This was the screenshot of the bot. And I was able to connect it with a streaming server to Google Meet and the Zoom call, so that instead of me, think of it like this bot joins the call and you are able to have a live interaction. We are actually able to have a interactive discussion with the bot. Um, so this has three part. There was brain, there's voice, and there's face. So the entire thing in three parts. So first part is how do you create this language model, which is trained with this all this data, and it can actually talk and discuss about you, as I said, about like you. Second is the voice cloning part, which is basically how it clones in terms of it should sound like me. When it's a sound, it's not only about the voice, the audio, it's also about the accent. Those days, obviously, there was no base model available in terms of Indian accent. So I was able to make a voice which sounds like me, but it's like I'm talking with English accent, like British accent and stuff like that. And third is about this phase, which is about how do I feed in the voice, do a lip sync, and process everything, like how deepfake came in today. And then it entire thing happens in real time. So that tomorrow, let's say Harshit asks me a question, it first goes to the brain, it generates the answer, then it goes to the voice engine, it generates the voice, and then it goes to the video, processes it, does a lip sync, and finally you get the processed video, which then stream back to the output. So this is what I built, and the overall architecture was this. I have built some lot of multiple models. I ensemble approach, so I use multiple model, created my own transformer around that. I'm not getting into this. This talk is already there in YouTube and all this thing. The challenge was it required a lot of GPU to train. So I think if I remember correctly, I have spent more than I think 30 to $40,000 worth of cloud credit, AWS. Thanks to AWS, I think we had those credits to build this. It took almost 4 months for me to come to a decent kind of demo, which I could present to somebody, right? And so it was very difficult. That's number one. It's very challenging and quality was really bad. So when you do all of this, as I said, all the slides and everything is available in internet. The point I'm trying to make is, which took me, and that time I actually kind of also predicted that, this is today is taking this thing, but the way things are moving, it won't take much time where everything will be very like a point and click solution. Nobody has to do all this kind of pain points of creating a server, connecting to your Telegram, this and that, voice cloning and all this stuff. So I thought it will take at least maybe I think 6, 7 years or maybe around 8 years. So my thought was on 2020 I did. Maybe by 2028, 2029, all this will happen. Now I was wrong. When I see the news, I see obviously things moved really fast, tech moved really fast, and all these attacks become real now. So this talk is about how, if it was today, the entire 6 months of how I could have done it in, I don't know, 24 hours, right? And instead of spending 40,000, $50,000, how it can be done in probably less than $200. So let's now move on to the current presentation. So this was, I just wanted to set the context on this. Um, and let me just switch my screen and kind of move to the new presentation. And again, this is not, as I say, not hardcore technical talk. This is basically sharing my thoughts about how I see things are moving in a super fast pace. This is a very interesting time we are facing nowadays. Things are moving in so fast and different direction. Even uh, being a senior experienced person, a lot of time I feel clueless. कि चल क्या रहा है, like what's going on, right? Um, yeah. So this is the talk I've given, like, a few days back on, obviously, on some another kind of conference happened, and then the idea was they were talking about, okay, what do you see we stand today and all this thing. So about me, as she said, that I have been in a lot of conferences, events, and predominantly working on the AI space for last 10 years, building my own model, building my own algorithms, and also kind of working on the security of breaking stuff, right? A few disclaimer, which as always we put this is for educational purpose only. So whatever we are showcasing as a concept here, we neither me and nor I think Bytecon or anybody associated with us would encourage to use this for any malicious purposes. If at all you uh, feel tempted to use it, it's on your own, and you are we are not responsible for that, right? Um, cool. So the prediction was actually I said that it will take around 5 to 10 years time to actually get into a mainstream social engineering attack for this kind of things to come mainstream, because I that time I faced so much of technical challenges, and it was a very difficult thing even as a techie. I realized to pull it off and also do it at real time. It's not only that, let's say you have too much of lots of GPU and everything. You could have done it, let's say, train it in 5 days, 10 days, and you can create a video. But real time is very difficult. But I took really, I was very wrong. Um, so what changed between last when I did and now is I used a lot of ruling based heuristics. So it was not only pure AI, but there are a lot of rule based, kind of algorithm or if else was there in the entire program I built. A lot of, I had to use 5 different custom, as I said, text based, there is different, voice different, and in the text also generating the right kind of responses. I had to create a layer of models and all this thing. But now you have too many LLMs. All this, what took me to like build 5 engines and rule based and all this kind of stuff, let's say thousands of lines of code. It is now on one API called to any LLM. I'm putting GPT, but there are like so many LLMs out there. So long story short, yeah, as I said, again, what costed me, let's say, around almost 10,000 lines of code, now hardly 500 lines of code. And that also you don't have to write. You can vibe code this, right? To build that. Voice voice cloning was very difficult because there was no voice model available, all these things. So I had to record my voice of almost 24 to I think 25 to 30 hours of voice. And then had to use this voice, I had to use GPUs to train it and come up with my own model. Today, not even 30 seconds. I am seeing model which takes 6 seconds of your audio and it can actually instantly clone it and give you a very beautiful response. So yeah, I think, as I said, thousands of dollars which I've used for GPU to do it, now hardly $5, $10 a month. You have solution SaaS platform which can clone a voice, expose this as an API, and you can get it. Lip syncing was difficult. I had few open source model, LibGAN, and all this was there. We were doing offline rendering, accuracy was bad, and all this thing. Now, so many tools are available. HeyGen is one company is giving live avatar where you can actually upload your picture or video and you do your 360 video and upload. And I think they take 24 hours to create your avatar and you can use it. Simly is another solution. Like that, there are other solutions are there. Yeah, meetings, obviously there are, this is something which is a streaming thing that also has been advanced now. Earlier, I had to use Cam Twist and few other kind of, streaming mechanism to connect it with our Google Meet call and everything. But now I think we see a lot of high-end streaming softwares available also. So What costed me, as I say, so like 50,000, like $50,000 worth of credits and all this thing. Obviously, I didn't have this much of money, nor I spent from my own pocket. As I say, as a company, we got a lot of support from our partners in terms of credits, and that we used. Um, Second is obviously, which is now it will cost probably $200 to $50, right? Now, in terms of reality, what happened? So this is one thing happened in 2024 February. There's a company, Arup Engineering, and in Hong Kong, you can check. It's there already in the media. So attackers defake the CFO and multiple executives on a live Zoom call, and it looks like it's a legit call. And the employee was convinced that obviously I'm talking to the real employees and leaders, CXOs of the team, and essentially ended up transferring, 25 mil of dollar of or kind of across multiple transactions. So this is happening now, right? There are other also is there Ferrari CEO clone attack happened. UK Energy, there's 2019, almost $250,000 worth loss. So yeah, there are a lot of these things. Then most recently, I'm seeing a lot of KYC bypass also is happening, which means the models are actually not good enough. So they're both the sides AI model, by the way. If you understand the KYC process, right? There are, let's say, KYC computer vision model or some kind of AI model is using as a guardrail, as a checker. And then you're using AI to create a fake attack vector, which is actually able to bypass the other model, right? So all this has been happening. So things are really fast moving. Impact is pretty bad. Um, as I say. And one thing which I've observed in most of this thing, and which is basically uh, a common pattern across even the earlier attacks, which is there is an authority factor established that I impersonate a CXO level person or some senior leadership person. I create a sense of urgency that something have immediately required. I'm stuck there, or something really big is stuck, which needs to be moved, right? Requires isolation, secrecy. So basically, okay, this is something which is very sensitive. Don't talk to others. Let's get this thing done immediately, right? And the trust medium, so video, voice. So, and it goes to the fundamental that if I can see the person, and I can talk to the person, and based on my prior experience of how this person sounds like, I could actually verify and validate that it looks like a legit thing, right? So this is like a pattern has been observed in most of the cases. So this is a trust problem at the end of the day, the core issue. So and and if you see this, and it's a very interesting, and the way I see it, if you go back, um, it's actually fundamentally questioning our trust model, how we have been, let's say, hardware, right? Which is basically, if I see, seeing is believing, it's called says, right? And if you hear, uh, these are like two major way we see that we establish trust. Now that is actually getting kind of diluted, that factors. So that is kind of a much more interesting perspective, which I felt, I realized, and I felt very surprised right now. And you cannot blame them because even, for example, this webinar, it's happening, and we are actually making online media as a mainstream nowadays, right? So we have to rely on technologies, and as a result, these kind of things are happening. So as a result, what I thought, let's create another POC and let's see how it goes. And as I said, all the numbers can be after I able to do it all by myself. And as I say, it took pretty easy, and I'll tell you how I did, and obviously, you can do it by yourself. So first is, even I didn't write a code. First, even you start even with your LLMs itself, saying that this is what I want to build. This is what I did in the past. Now, considering the current situation, tell me what are the best possible options available. So you get options. Okay, they say, what, LLM side, brain, you can do GPT, this and that. Voice side, obviously, 11 Labs and now name quite popular, but there are a lot of other solutions there. Then video of agent simply, and then obviously OBS, excuse me, and others you can use. So, so the goal here is actually, and this is one thing I thought this time I'll do is, can I create a clone? But not like last time. The idea is it should be fastest, it should be cheapest, and I should be able to pull out pull out a demo which looks quite realistic in the fastest amount of time. And last but not least, it has to be real time, near real time, so that I can have a conversation. So that was few parameters I set, and with that I tried with this. So I'll just skip few of this because obviously I don't know how much. Okay, I have like less than 9 minutes left. So what I did is, instead of feeding my data, I all the data training, everything I did in the past, that become a prompt today, right? So you picked up a LLM and then you give a prompt. For example, this is a prompt I've created in terms of my personality, that I am this is what I'm gonna do, this is my nature, I am Indian, this is my background, this is the color style. So once I do this, now the brain is ready in a way, I would say, right? Um, so like I say, days of work is just a one prompt, one API call, done. 10 minutes, let's say, right? And then the voice, 11 Labs. 11 Labs is a SaaS platform. I don't know how much they charge now, but when I tried, it was $5 per month. They have a lowest plan. And with that, you give 30 seconds of your audio, clear audio, and it will instantly clone the voice. It will create this as a artifact. It gives it gives you an API with which you can feed in a text, and next it will generate a voice, and you can actually hear that voice as if you are saying that text which has been sent to your API, right? So it actually works. The alternative for a like a, let's say, could be Google text to speech and all this kind of thing you can use. So this is also really fast. And the face was a bit difficult because there are certain, like I say, I've tried this too, but there are others also, Heijin and Singly. These are two different product company. And I'm not a promoter of any of this product, just a disclaimer. These are things I've tried and to create my own demo. The way it works is, you upload your data in terms of audio, in terms of video, your picture and stuff like that. And I think they take 24 hours to train. And then once it's been trained, it will create a final uh, what is that called? Avatar of yours. So with this, and then you can connect your meeting with one of the virtual camera, OBS, if you know the OBS and all these things. So basically, yeah, same pipeline I have created, but with all this API call. Instead of now I am running my own engine. It calls an API to GPT, gets the result, calls an API to 11 Labs, gets the voice, calls an API to Avatar, gets the video, and finally you get it done. So this is what the overall pipeline, and I'll just show you a quick demo. So overall, as I said, the cost significantly reduced. Um, and then I was able to create a demo. So I'll just show you a quick demo, and then I think that would be the end of the this talk. But uh, would love to see, okay, how it goes from there. So I'm gonna share my screen again. 1 second. I'll just find it. Just give me a minute, please. I'm just trying to
Sure, no worry, boss.
find.
We have time.
Okay, cool.
Hello, hello. Hi, this is me.
So, with full screen, and I'm sharing my screen again. Are you able to see my screen where it says it's showing the video?
I'm seeing a blank screen. And now we
Okay.
can see the video. Yeah, we can see the video.
Is this video?
Uh,
Can you see the video?
no, I'm not able to see others. Now, yes, we can see that. Yes, I guess it's streaming problem.
Yeah, maybe something if it's my side, my apology. But I don't know if you're able to see my screen where I'm actually created a bot and I'm talking to the bot.
It's actually like a blank screen. I can
Yeah,
only see
Okay.
a
blank screen.
pointer.
Okay, 1 second, 1 second. So let me try to reshare it then. Sorry about it. 1 second. I'm switching on the camera because I think there's a lag happening, but I'm sharing again. Okay. I think I should have sent you the link. Or let me see if I can send you the link, Harshit. If you
Yeah,
can open it on and you can play, that would be
sure.
good also.
You can drop in a chat box, so I guess everyone can see.
Yeah. Uh, 1 second. How do I share this?
If you want, you can actually just upload it on your Google Drive and share a link where anyone can view the
Yeah, it's on a
video.
Google Drive already. It's not loading for some reason when I'm trying to share it with the Zoom. Um, so I'm gonna put a link here, and I hope you're not gonna make fun of me because this not obviously it's a quick prototype. Let me just share my screen again. Just try it out. This link, you
Okay.
should be able to see the video. Meanwhile, I'll try to share it again also. And actually, if you can, load it and share it. See if it works. You can drag it to the center. Initial part you can skip. Probably halfway you can display show.
Okay, let me share it from my side if it
Yeah,
works.
please. Yep. But audio will not be, I think, you'll not be able to. You can drag to the center towards the half of the video, drag it to the middle, skip the first
But
one.
while
Okay.
you're sharing the screen, there will be an option to share sound as well.
Yeah, just a minute.
Yeah. Anyway, whoever is here in the chat, you can see it. So I just wanted to show there are two versions are there of the bot. First version is used with this tool called Simly. And second version is with this Hagen. Simly is I think around $10 per month they take, and Hagen was a little expensive. But
Hello,
the
hello.
idea was,
Hi,
yeah.
this is me, Tamagna Basu, and today I have with me
I hope it's
the
audible.
version 2 of Tamagna Basu. So we'll have a conversation. Let's see how this goes. Okay? Hi, how are you doing?
Hey there, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. How about you? Anything interesting catching your eye at the conference?
Interesting. Yes, all good. Looks very interesting so far.
That's great to hear. It's always exciting when there's a lot to learn and explore. If anything specific piqued your interest or if you have questions, feel free to share. I am here to help.
Okay, now let's switch to the next version. A little bit of upgrade. Let's see. Okay, looks like I put on a little weight. But let's see, is it a weight of knowledge and wisdom? How is it? Hey, how is it going?
Hey, it's going great. Thanks for asking. How about you? Enjoying the conference so far?
Yes, it is good. So introduce yourself. Who are you?
Absolutely. I'm Tamagna Basu, a cybersecurity researcher and AI enthusiast. I'm the CEO and founder of DataSecure, which specializes in Web3 and AI security. Before this venture, I co-founded NeoID, focusing on behavioral biometrics. With over 15 years in cybersecurity, I've worked with big names like PwC, PayPal, and Walmart in senior security roles. I'm all about making complex security concepts more relatable because storytelling is key to understanding security. Anything else you'd like to know?
So what's your take on mobile security?
Mobile security is incredibly important, especially as our reliance on mobile devices continues to grow. With the rise of mobile banking, IoT connections, and sensitive data storage, the attack surface has expanded significantly. It's crucial to focus on securing both the device and the data it processes. This means implementing strong encryption, regularly updating software to mitigate vulnerabilities, and being aware of social engineering tactics aimed at exploiting user behavior. Also, with AI-driven threats becoming more sophisticated, behavioral biometrics can play a vital role in detecting anomalies in user patterns. Does that help?
Yes, so as a normal human being, a common citizen of a country or this world, how should I protect ourselves from deepfakes and AI?
Great question. Protecting yourself from AI-driven threats involves a mix of awareness and practical steps. Here are a few key tips. 1. Stay informed. Keep up with the latest news on AI developments and potential threats. Awareness is your first line of defense. 2. Verify sources. Be cautious about information, messages, or requests you receive online. Deepfakes and AI-generated content can be convincing, so verify through trusted sources. 3. Use strong authentication. Wherever possible, enable two-factor authentication, 2FA, to add an extra layer of security to your accounts. 4. Be skeptical of unsolicited requests. Question unexpected emails or calls asking for personal information or money. Legitimate organizations typically won't request sensitive info in this manner. 5. Educate yourself on phishing tactics. Learn to recognize phishing attempts, which may use AI to create convincing messages designed to deceive you. By staying vigilant and taking these proactive steps, you can significantly reduce the risk of falling victim to AI-driven scams or attacks. Does that make sense?
Yes, I understand that, bro, but how do you explain that to my grandmother, like somebody who doesn't know technology, how they should protect themselves?
Absolutely, explaining it simply is key. Here's how you might explain it to your grandmother. 1. Be careful with calls and messages. If someone calls or sends a message asking for personal details like your bank info or passwords, don't share them. Call the company back using a number you trust. 2. Trust your instincts. If something feels off about a call or message, it's okay to be skeptical. It's better to double check than to rush into things. 3. Ask for help. Whenever you're unsure about anything tech related, ask a family member or friend you trust to help you verify its legitimacy. 4. Stick to known sources. Only download apps, click on links, or open attachments from people and sources you know well. 5. Keep things simple. Use strong, unique passwords for online accounts and write them down in a safe place if needed, like a notebook at home. By keeping these basic tips in mind, she can stay safer without needing to understand all the tech details. Does that sound helpful?
Yes, thank you so much. Have a good day.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could help. Have a great day and enjoy the rest of the conference.
Yeah.
So,
Nice video.
yeah, thank you. So, yeah, so the idea was I set this as a context that I am attending a conference and I met you there. Like, so when I designed this, it's as if that we are two people are, sorry, my bad. Two people actually met in a conference, you and me, and we're
Hmm.
talking about tech conference, no, discussion of security and all this stuff. But yeah, I think this took like maybe a couple of hours. Yeah, so and then the training 24 hours for this tool to train my avatar. But in terms of my time, and I think what took me 3 to 4, almost 6 months time. Here it took like yeah, maybe a evening, half a day, or max a day, let's say, to actually pull this off. So that's how it is. And I think what I say now is the day which is basically we say seeing is believing, and which is no longer
Yeah.
valid. Right. So you have to kind of take extra measures. You have to extra measures in terms of out of band verifications, some kind of behavior suspicious about. You should be more paranoid to, when you actually get anything, any information from digital channels. So with this, I'll just stop. So I think that's it from my side. Thank you so much, Harshit. Yeah. Happy to answer any
Thank
question
you.
anybody has.
Thank you, Basu. Thank you. That's really interesting. This is something new, and I'm very much sure that our participant must have found some new knowledge inputs from that. So thank you, Basu, again. Guys, we are kind of say short of question, short of time. So if you have any question, I just request you to please send them to my mail ID, which you already have, and I would be happy to like send that question to the Basu and get the answers, and we'll share with you. Or even if you have any question, you can find the Basu on LinkedIn and connect with him. We are kind of a short of time, so we cannot take much of question, but one question we have, which we can easily answer: what should an organization do to ensure that this kind of attacks are spotted on the organization? Are there any fake face identification adding available on Teams or any other platform? So any fake
Right.
identification tools are available, Kumar?
Not that I know of.
Hmm.
I'm sorry to say that. But there are certain things that people are working. I remember deepfake detections and all these things. But
Hmm.
at org level, enterprise level, I haven't seen much is being used. And I think of it like a next generation phishing attack, right? A phishing attack is all this thing happening. So we have to be extra cautious. So right now, as of yeah, I don't know what kind of any solution is there or not. Yeah.
Okay. So to be cautious, that is the only answer as of now. Yeah,
Yeah.
great. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you once again everyone for joining this webinar, and thank you Basu again for your time to provide this valuable input and share this experience and talk with our attendees. Guys, again, as I said, feel free to ask the questions or connect Basu on LinkedIn, and we are happy to see you on next webinar series. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you
Basu.
so much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.